folks. Welcome back to Beside the Shop. You know, it's always going to be a good day if I'm sitting on the tailgate of the pick 'em up truck. The budget did align. Plywood for the walls, 2x4s for a miter stand. That's what we're going to be working on next. All right, folks, so here's the deal. 16 sheets of OSB, 7/16. 16 instead of 15 because my wife told me that, 15 is if I don't make a mistake. So we decided that it should probably be 16. Anyway, here's a little pro tip for you. I'm not a pro, but here's a tip. We were going to run to the next town because that's where the Lowe's is. They had OSB for $14.35. I called my local building supply, and I'm going to name them, Summit Building Supply. Super nice folks down there in Burnsville. They got really good prices. Their OSB was only 10 cents more per sheet, and it's a lot better looking OSB. So, and their 2x4s were equally as comparable in price. And let me tell you, folks, these 2x4s, straight as an arrow. If you've got a local building supply, do yourself a favor and at least check their prices because the quality of the wood you're going to get is going to be so much more. So we took some measurements. Here's what we got to do. My overhang, my loft area is 76-ish 3/4. That's what we're going to cut them all at. Because of the depth of my circular saw, I'm going to cut 3 sheets at a time, save a little bit of time. So that's the plan, and that's what we're going to start with. So I'm kind of racing the weather a little bit here today. I want to get some of this cut up and put up right now. I'm not going to make an entire video of like I did with the insulation. I'm just going to film some of it going up. Anyway, I'm fighting some weather. It's supposed to start snowing or raining, but I'm guessing snow because the temperature's dropping quick. And I want to cut this outside because, like I said before, the circular saw throws dust everywhere. And so I want to get that done. So I know you've seen this trick before, but I'm going to cut 3 of them at a time. I have straight edge up. Sure I do. Let's try that again. There we go. You've seen that before too. Measure from your blade to the end of the thing there. I have the depth set just a little bit deeper than that. What it occurred to me was there's going to be 3 pieces of this falling at one time, and I'm probably not going to be able to catch all of it. So I put a couple sawhorses under here just to kind of catch it. I don't know how many sheets I got left in here. 3. I think there's like 7 sheets in there. So I want to get at least these ones cut to size, to length, height, width, height. Get them cut the height. Get them cut the height, get them in there, and then I can start throwing some pieces up, and then they'll be out of the weather. That's the plan. Safety first. Also, thank you to the guys that ran the electrical in my shop because they had the foresight to put an outside outlet in. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I did. Hey, got it. Didn't die. Didn't lose a finger. Now, the nice thing is I'm going to have this leftover scrap that if I don't use on the walls, guys got plans. I got plans for this. We'll talk about that once I start doing the miter station. Okay, well, I just seen Wifey Poo come out. Guess who's going to help me carry this in? Here she comes in her blue blanket. Do you want to be filmed or not?
I want to.
Okay, she don't care. Well, first things first, I got to get all this unhooked. I don't know why you made it such a mess in here. That's a wider piece than I thought I was going to have. We're going to do one at a time?
Yeah, please.
Oh, man. All right.
Get the gloves on.
Get your gloves on? There, hey, the microphone just fell. Oh, it's still happening. Here, don't step on my microphone. Oh, okay.
That probably sounds real good to them.
So cutting 3 of them went so well, then why not try 4? You know, it's all I got left. Might as well. Got to set the depth a little bit deeper on the saw, and then we'll crank these ones out. Hey, if you hear me scream, you may want to come help hold these up, because they're going to be heavy. Okay, here we go. Why does that look like that moved? Oh well, it'll be all right. Hey Chucky, come here a minute. This thing's dropping like the stock exchange. You can just kind of hold that somewhat semi. Close your eyes too, safety squeeze. Here. All right. This saw's on the way out. All right. So lessons learned from the first one. I'm going to take all the dust off of it before we start carrying them. But I beat the weather. So as is the case, or at least in most recent history, it's not going to be the complete history of this shop, but the recent history is it's a mess. Today's no different. So what I need to do is get the bench cleaned off. My goal for today is, can I get this wall done? You know, can I get this wall done? Maybe around the corner to the window. Can I get that much done? That's what I want to do. And the reason I'm going to focus on that is a couple of reasons. One, my mechanics toolbox is over there, and it's not going to live there. It's going to come over here and be under the switch panel. Sub reason, plot A, subsection 2. Right now I have a bandsaw and a sander on there, and it's my mechanics tools. I don't want dust all over them. So they're going to come over here and there's not going to be anything on them. And then coming off of the side of that is where my miter station is going to start. So I kind of need that in place so I know my measurements for my miter station. So that's that. I need to get the bench cleaned off so I have a place to work. And oh, by the way, they're not on camera, but Summit Supply had an equally as good a price on, I don't know what you call it, construction grade screws, maybe, I don't know. I usually get drywall screws and use them for everything because doesn't everybody? They're cheap, they hold stuff together. When I saw the price of the screws, I was like, well, that's stupid. I can get these ones and they're a lot better. And I got a 5-pound bucket of 3.5 and 1.25 inches, I believe. They're the two sizes that I use the most. Again, check your local suppliers. A couple of reasons why. One, you're going to support local business. And for me and my wife personally, that's important to us. We would rather support local business than go to some big corporation and give them even more money for lumber that looks like it comes out of a twisted tree. Two, you're not going to have to drive as far, you know, so throw some business their way. You're going to get just as good a price and a better product. So let me get this cleaned up and then we'll start doing this wall, and I'm just going to high speed that so you don't got to sit through all of it. And maybe I'll pick some nice music to go along with it. So if you've ever done drywall, you know how horrible this is. Let's see. Outlet, switch, 220 outlet. That thing's not even square. This one's going to take a little bit of time to figure out how to cut around that. I don't know. I guess the difference between drywall and this is that I ain't putting nothing else up on this once this is done. So it's going to have to kind of be close. Or it doesn't. It's a wood shop. We'll find out, I guess, whenever I get done cutting this out. Last piece, the whole shop. Well, no, that's a lie. I'm going to do above the windows, but that's aesthetics. Fancy word for make it look good. So this is the last one. I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to measure nothing. We're just going to go like that, like that. Then I'm going to write on myself with a permanent magic marker. I'll get this cut out and put it in. This is pretty much how I've been doing all of them. I know from that piece over to the outlet, it's 3/4 of an inch. So I strike a straight line at my height. And then using a square, I can just go ahead and finish this off. I know that it's 2 3/8. So I come to the inside. Probably 2 1/2, but let's make this one look nice. 2 3/8 is right here. And then I can simply rotate that, line it up on the line. And I know that it's going to be square. That's how I've been doing it. So it occurs to me that I haven't really talked about the process, the steps, and there might be someone that's watching this that actually wants to know. And because I said in the beginning that I'm still learning and I'm going to help you learn hopefully too, I'll go ahead and explain it. Once you get your square rectangle drilled in, drawn in, I'm using a 3/8 bit. And I do every corner, and that gives the saw blade someplace to turn. Because, you know, if you've ever tried to make a 90 with a jigsaw, you know it just doesn't work. I have it clamped so it ain't going nowhere. Ish. Ooh, the drill wants to walk on me. Okay. Ay caramba. Mine are not necessarily exactly in the corner. Like this one's out, I don't know, 1/8 inch, 3/16. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. You're just looking for a way to turn the saw. I am on the wrong side. Oof. Hush it now. Dizzy. I'm dizzy now. Spinning around. Because when you get to that one that's not necessarily where it's supposed to be, I just kind of cut into it. And then you can turn it. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought my clamp was going to be in the way. And then what you can do, see, it is in the way here. You can kind of curve into the line, which is what I'm going to have to do because I don't feel like moving my clamp. Cut into the hole. Cut it off of the line. Now, I got a lot of, common man would think that's a mess up. It is, but it's not. Now you can just come back the other way. Same coming this way, just take your line. And that cleans up the corners. This one. Don't cut the wire in half. It's a little bit lazy right there, but we're going to see if it fits. So let's see how it looks. Survey says, boom, like it. Ow, splinter. I'm going to tell you what, folks. OSB is inexpensive, and that's why I went with it. It is the most splintery wood on the face of the earth. Well, I mean, it's made up of splinters. That's the problem. So I'll screw this in, and we're going to call this bad boy done. Another thing you're going to need to know is if you've got electric running through your walls, you need to know where those wires are at. So I just simply pull this back. I know right there is one of them. Yeah, they're both right here. So in that case, I'll just run 2 into here, and I know anything from the plug down, I'm good. Come on now, you were just there. Ooh. There we go. Do you hate holding screws while you're trying to screw something in? Never fails. There's always that one rebel that wants to just stab you. Never fails. So I know coming down anywhere below the plug, I'm good. I might have missed. Ow. Oh, I see. I got very little lip there. Okay. We're going to have to put this at a pretty nasty angle. There we go. Two on the bottom. Of course, the last screw wanted to fight me. So there you go, folks. That part's done. I am going to do the little strips above the windows because I think it looks silly and stupid, and I don't want it to look that way. But this is also a wood shop. If I wanted to leave them undone, that's perfectly fine. I mean, we're not finishing $1 million house or anything like that. So this is exciting because now I can start to put stuff where it belongs. For instance, that does not go there. The lathe is the only thing that's actually kind of close to where it goes, and of course the table and the table saw. But this is nice because now I can start hanging things up. Like when I was doing this, the first thing I noticed was all my clamps are in a box. I need to get them out of a box. So that means I got to build a clamp rack. More excitingly is along this wall, like I said before, there's going to be a miter station, and that's going to be my video for next week. And like I said, everything in this shop is on a budget, and the miter station is no different. So that's going to be next week's video. I'm looking forward to that. I can get my miter saw up on a place where I can use it. But this is done. This is exciting. I appreciate you coming along for the journey. If you like build videos, that's for the most part all I do. I don't do tool reviews. I don't, whatever. I don't. I like being out here building stuff. And so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing, and it ain't going to kill you that I know of. And then there's a bell. I don't know, ding dong bell. But in the meantime, more importantly, like I said, thanks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.